You hoes ready?
I think so.
I can do this.
I need to put myself in my ear more. I don't like it.
Then you should do that.
Yes. All right. You hoes ready?
I can hear the police. They coming for us.
Finally. Jesus.
Cut that noise out of the goddamn.
Cotton County's coming.
Right?
Fuck Cotton County. For here and forevermore.
They're one of our 4 listeners. They've been waiting.
And my sweet baby.
I know. I love the conversation I had with him.
We have been bonding this week over the podcast, talking about
Good.
if you need me to, I can give you the games, and then you can show me, and then you can tell me, and then and this is the best console. Okay.
Yeah,
Because because
every day, whether I want to hear it or not.
Because that is my autistic child out here focusing on some shit.
Oh yeah,
because he does it on a regular basis. He's like, I am knowledgeable about this, and I can tell you everything.
Let me help you.
Yes, girl. And he sat here and regaled me for hours over text message about all kinds of shit.
The first link that he sent, the Jackbox games, that looks fun. That actually looks like something that we could do, because it's a game for several people that you could do over Zoom or whatever. It's only like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And there are all kinds of games, but they're getting to know you games, stuff like that.
No, I was at work.
Oh, that's cute.
I texted him, messaged him back, and I was like, this is perfect. Thank you.
Oh, what a sweet boy. That mommy loves that baby. Oh. Okay, for sure now. For real now. Are you for real ready now?
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to give that the yayo.
Fuck it, I'm ready.
Hello, and welcome back to Multiple Gab Wounds. I'm your host, Toni.
Fuck it, I'm Angie.
Andy.
And this is the show where we talk about some shit. Hold on, I forgot to tell. I don't remember what it is. Hold on. My bestie told me.
This really should not surprise anyone, especially if you're one of our regular listeners. This is not surprising.
You told me to tell these people that this is a show about some things and through the perspective of Gen X.
Gen X. We are Gen X, and we're just talking about life and all the shit. And, maybe give you some information. Maybe not. We tell some stories.
From the perspective of women of color.
Yeah, the Gen X women of color.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Feel free to rewrite that shit the way
I
you need it to be.
I don't even know. It's something that I haven't said it
you
for the
two
past.
are the writers. I just be throwing stuff down.
Girl, you said that this was the thing. I'm looking for it. We just put so much stuff in there. I have to write it down.
Yes, write it, because it's your thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's all you, baby.
It's your thing.
I was
what
just
you wanna
listening
do.
to
You're
that in
our
the car.
MC. You're our podcast MC.
All right on. Woo, y'all. Work is finally over for real this time.
Nice.
For real this time.
For real.
I'm out of here on Tuesday. I'm the fuck out of here. I'm going to California. Any hoes want to hook up? I'm down. I'll be in the West. I'll be on Wiltern, but I'll be in the West Hollywood area. The first day is Laguna Beach. The second day is, I don't know. So I saw some Basquiat exhibit that I think that I might want to attend.
So all you Cali hoes, listen up.
Yeah, I'm out there, and with my dicks, I'm be slanging that. What's to say? I know where all the spots are. I'm coming over. I'm gonna go look at my old neighborhood. That's what I do every time I'm there.
How long are you staying?
I'm only 4 days. It's only 4 days.
That's a good amount of time.
Yeah, that is.
So, I always do that. Every time I get there, I go get a car, or I'm in a car, and then I go take a look at where I used to live and how it's changed and how it looks different, and then the area always looks like, I always get lost. Even like when I go back to DC, I lived in DC for like 20 years. No, not 20 years. It wasn't 20 years. Duh. How could I have lived there 20 years? But I lived in DC.
I mean, because you're 70, but that's
But it's like I lived in DC for like 10 years, and It was less than that even. God.
No, I get it, because sometimes you have these things that are such strong memories in your life that it seems like it was so long.
And it seems like, yes, it really does seem like it was so long, but it was way less than that. That is weird. Okay, anyway, point being, lived in D.C., knew it like the back of my hand, and every time I go now, lost. Every time, because I'm like, this shit does not look the way it used to look.
Because there's so much new stuff.
Yeah, new stuff. Yeah. Oh my God, Southeast used to be the murder capital. Southeast is like our South Dallas is like.
It's been gentrified
because it literally used to be Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. It was Portland Street, but I think they have turned it into Malcolm X Boulevard or something like that. So those of you who aren't of color, those clear folks, clear listeners. The saying is that if you are on the corner of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King in any part of the country, you are in the worst neighborhood that city has to offer for the most part. So that's where I used to live, is Portland, or it was Portland back then, but they changed it to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and I lived right there on the fucking corner. I saw some shit. Just letting you know right off the rip, I saw some shit.
I didn't know you did.
Girl, you know I saw some shit.
We talked about that shit.
Yeah, we say at least 2 stories come to mind
right off the rip, right? What was I saying about it? Oh, so when I go there now, if I go up Portland Street, it's beautiful. It's a whole boulevard, and it's got trees growing over the top, and so on and so forth. And then it used to be that was not a place that you would want to be caught dead at dusk. However, now, the last time I was there, I saw a white woman walking her dog at like 9:00 at night.
And I was just like,
I said,
wow, oh my goodness.
That's what I said. I was like, Lord Jesus, that woman is about to be knocked over the fucking head.
But no, say, not even in that neighborhood. White women shouldn't be walking their dogs at that late of an hour.
When I lived there were no white people there. Yeah. Okay, that's
because they usually tend to be the targets for crazy,
right? Right. So, but no, she was just out there. It was well lit. There were like new facades for like the townhouses that were over there. White woman walking her dog at night. There was like a little median with like flowers in between the road, and you know how the roads will have the median with the flowers and the little trees. That was, I said, this is gentrification. Like, this is real gentrification. The high school that I used to go to is a whole new high school. High school.
I can imagine.
And it's gorgeous, like beautiful glass and brick, and I'm like, where was that shit when I was here?
Because we're Gen X, they ain't give a fuck
about us, girl. No.
Also, I want to change my statement when I said white women shouldn't be. I just want to make it clear. Women should be able to do whatever the fuck we want to do.
And we do.
We are not wrong, we will not victim blame. Doesn't matter the color. Women, we should be able to walk outside, walking our dogs with our titties out, and still be
and be
okay.
Safe.
Absolutely.
Right.
So,
but see,
just wanted to clarify.
But that place used to not be that place at all. Right. You wouldn't want to do any. You wouldn't want to walk out there with a goddamn hijab on. It was the worst. Yes, this is what I'll be doing when I go to LA, and so that's what I plan on day one is the beach. Probably, I think I'm gonna do Laguna Beach this time because I haven't been in a while. But then I also want to do a bonfire, and there's only one beach, as far as I know, that you can do a bonfire at night, and that one is Will Rogers Beach. Anybody want to come hang out at Will Rogers Beach? Let a bitch know. And so, because I want a fire, I want a bonfire.
Well, no, absolutely.
And it's going to look weird when I'm just standing there by myself, sitting next to a fire,
big raging ass fire.
You do everything else by yourself, so I think you're going to be fine.
I know, right?
People are just going to think you're an arsonist. It's just you and this big ass fire.
And so I know I digress a little bit. It's because I haven't seen y'all all week.
That doesn't sound like something you do.
So, talking about the water, this past week we had an incident in the news with a submarine.
Yes, girl.
A personal submarine. Not shout out. That's not the word I'm looking for. I don't want to shout anybody out. But thoughts and prayers to the families of the people that perished. I don't know what I know. Is that rude? To the families. They still lost
I'm not sending thoughts and prayers. I'll say, my condolences.
Yes, okay. Yes, because I'm not thinking about it, nor have I prayed about it, and I won't. No. So condolences. I feel bad that you feel bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So a loss of life is always going to be sad.
Yes, to someone.
And to someone. And especially, the family, especially if they didn't have a choice in this, I'm sorry that you lost someone that you care about. But that's as far as I can really go with that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, and I'll feel sorry for the one young person
the little
that
boy
did not want to go.
Really want to go, but his dad made him go.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even know about that.
I mean, he's 19, but he didn't want to go.
He's a child.
Yes, and honestly, point being though, that is a terrible situation, and I hate that something like that happened. But one of the things that's being said, like in the witchy world, is that the spirits of the water are not having it right now. Like, people are out here. We've got the refugee boat. Did you hear about that? The refugee boat that capsized.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah,
I'm looking that shit up right now.
There was a refugee boat that capsized. That was tragic in and of itself. So one of the things that I'm hearing through witchy contacts is stay out of the water right now. Stay your ass out the water right now.
Not a problem. Done. Say less.
So my intention and again, it's
that's sad. Hundreds of Pakistanis dead in Mediterranean migrate.
Okay, that is wild to me. And yet we hear about some people who paid $250,000 to go fuck around with the Titanic.
Listen, I heard about it, I read about it, and then I was done.
Well, it's for me, it's all over my TikTok, so I keep seeing stuff about it. But I'm interested.
And people are wild in their mouths about this shit. Don't get it twisted. I mean, it's a tragedy, but it is funny, the shit that people are saying.
A lot of people, and I've been going down a rabbit hole just with a lot of the TikToks because they talk about what happened and
or
like
what they think,
and
what
the science, what the science of it is.
And the fact that shit collapsed and they all imploded immediately.
And they didn't. I mean, they had no idea. So
right.
that's
they didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
They just,
so I'm thinking about the kid in this case.
Yeah.
Like he, did, but
yes.
But this is a big case of fuck around to find out.
I wish y'all could see the look I just gave in now. And then I said it again. It was like y'all could actually
like you could see the face, but it was a fuck around and find out face.
Listen, if you're a black woman, you know what the fuck I'm
exactly. Exactly. Facts, and we won't dwell on it, but there's facts like he used materials that were past their expiration date. It truly is a fuck around and find out situation, and it's also first world problem.
Yeah.
And so
I would even say it's beyond a first world problem.
It really
we're
is.
First world bitches, and we don't know nothing about this problem.
The 1% problem.
Exactly.
Right, there you go. Was it you that sent me the picture? Somebody sent me the picture. No, it was one of my coworkers that sent me a picture of the depths at every 1,000 feet and how whales don't even go below 4,000 feet. Yet this motherfucker was 12,000 feet down, and you were sending people. Here's my thought.
And he knew his shit wasn't up to par. He knew this.
And it's like, my thought is that you have to go super, 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 super slow to go 12,000 feet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it should take you hours and hours to get down that far because the pressure alone will, like, what does they call it? The bubbles in your blood because of the carbon dioxide.
They call it the bends, but it's called something else. The official name for it, I don't know.
Right. So it's like to be able to adjust to the pressure as you're going down, and then once you see it. Well, what the fuck are you? Were we supposed to circle it a couple of times?
You can get out, get some souvenirs,
right, or something.
Get back in,
and then it's supposed to take you several hours to get back up in order for you to not die.
And it was sealed from the outside, so
which is wild to me too.
So there's no way for you to get out, even if you wanted to.
But see, even if you wanted to, at 12,000 feet, you'll die before you reach
instantly. Yeah, in case of emergency. For whatever reason, I mean,
if you get one of those people who does, so to speak, I don't know, get the crazies from the bins or whatever.
You just
what if they're like those people who are in airplanes and they be like, crazy, and then they open the plane.
I love it when people announce that they're crazy before they do shit. I'm crazy. I'm taking over this plane.
I need more people to do that.
Exactly.
So you know who the fuck is
I'm crazy. I'm gonna shoot up everybody. Okay, good.
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you. Thanks.
Appreciate. Bye.
Y'all don't let him have a gun.
I gotta go get my kids.
Okay, so stay out of the water.
Yeah, so in essence, stay out of the water. If you do go to the water, pay homage in some way. I'm bringing flowers, and therein lay the reason I'm going to bring flowers. One, to actually, when I go to the beach and lay the flowers out on the water and be like, look, be nice to me.
And to be clear, this is not for this incident. It's because the waters are angry.
Yes, the waters are angry. Yes, that is it. And again, if you are fucking around in witchy circles at all right now, stay, unless you pay homage, unless you show respect, stay your ass up out the water. So I'm going to go lay flowers on the water for that homage, and then that night when I go to, probably won't be that night because I'll probably be, sapped from the sun. But the next night when I go to Will Rogers and have my little bonfire, pay homage to, and I should bring some incense too, so I can throw them in there with the flowers. But yeah, all of that to the ocean. Take that.
Okay, Diddy.
Because if not, the ocean will take what it wants.
Yes,
exactly. That's where I'm at with that. So those of you in the
that's what I've heard.
This is what we've been told. So Angela,
sure.
How was your week?
I had a rough day yesterday, but other than that, the highlights of my week have been watching hoof trimming videos,
girl,
on TikTok and YouTube, and now I'm fucking obsessed with cows.
I like the miniature cows.
I know, right?
With the little furry ones,
yes.
with the little noses, and
yes.
you're like, oh my god!
All of them have such sweet faces and their eyes, and yes, I am going to stop eating beef.
Okay.
Really?
All right.
I'm still going to enjoy my steak, so I hope it's okay if I do that in front of you.
That's fine. Okay. I'm going to eat the fuck out of chicken.
Girl.
And honestly, y'all know I'm ADHD. Who knows how long this will last?
Thank you, because for the most
But as of now, I'm all about that chicken life because they're just so sweet. They're big and huge. Although, you know what? Bulls, I'll eat them.
I'm trying to tell you, because we had to. Thank you, because remember the big one that we had out on our farm.
I thought about that one.
Yep.
Huge, has fed us for about a good year or so now. I think I still have some of that niggas. No, I don't have any of that niggas meat in there, but I'm about to go back down there and get some for sure.
I was literally thinking about that this morning because I was like, you don't eat meat enough because you got a family that will provide you with some good ass eating.
Yeah.
So
and I don't.
And I know that it came from that big bull that your aunt was gonna knock the fire out of. So I was like, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm okay with eating bulls because they're
we need to get down there.
Cute,
let's try to do that before I have to go back to work.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, for real. Because we're gonna go in October, but I want to go before October so we can grab some meat. And I think another friend of mine who I might stay with on a regular basis, he wants some meat.
So yeah, cows. Especially dairy cows. They're just so pretty. They're little. Their eyes.
And those eyes are beautiful, aren't they?
So yes, I'm obsessed with cows and making sure that their feet don't hurt.
That they don't step on nails and.
Although I like it when they fix those and they pull them out and the pus squirts out and they. I just love it. I literally spent like 3 hours watching those videos, and actually I've gone from TikTok to YouTube because I wanted to go to his YouTube channel because they're longer, more intricate videos.
See,
and
those are so gross to me because first they have to get all the cow dookie out of the hooves. And then once they get the cow dookie, and to me, I'm like, it's not clean enough for you to be shaving off the hooves.
Yeah, because won't they get infected or something? That's what I'm worried about.
They explain that.
They put this blue juice in there, and when they come and it starts bleeding and the hoof and the nail is in there, and they pull like this 6-inch long nail out of this poor animal's foot, and then it starts shooting pus and it makes you think that cows are like the pussiest animals.
It's because they're so big, so they make a lot of it.
It does, apparently. Yes, they do. They are the pussiest animals.
But when I see that, I think about, oh my God, that must feel
so much
good.
better.
Yeah, because you got all that pressure in there. And so when that pressure relieves, you can just imagine how much better they feel immediately.
Poor cows.
I know.
Poor cows.
So I'm obsessed with cows. Now, I'm not going to start wearing cow print and shit.
Would you not? Thanks. I appreciate it.
I might make a cow print purse. Maybe.
It won't
have fringe.
See, Beyonce had she had a release with Ivy Park that had like that goddamn brown and cream cow print stuff.
No, thank you.
I was not.
I'm too big to be wearing cow print. That's asking for somebody. Well, for somebody to get shot is what that's asking for. I wish the fuck you would say something, but I'm not going to put myself in that situation.
Right. We're not going to do it. Andy, how was your week?
Besides worrying about y'all bitches, my highlight was being able to get tickets for Toni because they announced it. I'm really excited since Raphael is going to be there. I'm just like,
fucking finally.
Well, yes, because we've seen them
God.
a few different times and he wasn't around. So yeah, this is the good shit. This is what I'm excited about.
Exactly.
So that's been the highlight of my week because we get to go to sound check. We get to take a picture with them. So we actually get to meet them. So it's going to be pretty
when
cool.
You told me, I thought I was going to jump out of my skin. I was like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm like, I told like, I'm getting these tickets. And he said, how much are they? I said, don't ask me.
Don't be asking me questions about how I be spending your money. Leave me the fuck out of it.
But yeah, he said, how much is it? And I said, oh, don't worry about it. And he's like I'm the one that makes money.
Right. I'm like, don't worry about it. Everybody,
don't be asking me how I spend your money.
I said,
everything's going to be
I said, I put it on one of my cards. He's like, oh, okay, that's good. Because we got a vacation coming up. And I said, all right.
Did you guys finally decide? Did you make decisions?
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're going on the 17th through like the 20th, and we're going to San Antonio.
Did he get back to you on that, or did you?
Yes, he did. He followed up.
So proud of him.
I know.
Good job.
Yay, Mr. Andy.
Yeah, so now I got to make sure
We've got that ADHD bond. I love it.
Yes. And so now I'm like, don't forget to book the boys so Toni doesn't have to worry about the boys because they're annoying.
Oh, the Chihuahuas.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they annoying? What's wrong with them?
Because they're Chihuahuas.
They're Chihuahuas.
Oh,
and you already have one with Mom's dog because Mom's dog's going to be there, and he's.
Are they yippy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And they like to make messes, and it's just.
Appreciate. Thank
you.
you.
I'm like, that's not something I want you to have to deal with. So we'll board those guys.
It's all good. Not a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know because I'm trying to think. The last time I did dog sitting was when we had our mutual friend, and like I dog sat for her. Her dogs were actually like pretty good and well behaved, and I think there were 3 of them. I think so.
Yeah, the small ones.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad.
But they were older too.
Oh, how old are your dogs?
I mean, they were
puppies in 2017.
Yeah, so they're not super old. Like hers were up in years because she's had them for a long time.
Except for the youngest one that she had that she was training to be a service dog.
Right.
Because Boo is what, 5?
Yes, 5. Yeah, she just had a birthday.
So Boo is 5, and then
so the other 2 are like 7.
7. Oh, that's not bad. They should. They'll be able to get it together. I mean, Toni, I don't know. I have this thing with dogs, so
I have this thing with you're already gonna have your hands full, so I don't. I'm not trying to add to that.
It's all good. It is my pleasure to do so. Trust me.
I'm glad. But then you're gonna be like, don't ever ask me to.
I won't though, because I think you already know who I am. I won't.
I've had the pleasure of dog sitting for both of you, and I loved it.
Even though my guy was a little jerk, he was such an.
But
asshole.
He loved the fuck out of me. So I don't give a fuck.
See, I'm not so much worried about the dog. I'm worried about my mom.
Oh, see, and I figure your mom's probably going to be the easiest part of that situation. I mean, now don't get it twisted. No,
look on Andy's face right now.
I knew you were going to do that. Because, like, let's put it like this. For me, it's a one eye open situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just going to be there chilling, maybe working. I'm going to have my computer.
Yep.
Maybe going through your shit. It's fine.
I'm never going to go through your shit because I don't want to find.
I know, right? That's me too, because it's like, I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. If that door is closed, it's going to stay closed.
It's closed for a reason. I mean, I went in there to look for Band-Aids, but that's it. So for me, it's going to be like a one eye open type of situation. Yeah. I'm going to be going about my day and, letting the dogs out when I need to let them out and let them back in when they want to come back in.
And just listen for her.
And then, that's it. Because I figure she does whatever she does when she does it.
Yeah. She'll because you're there, she'll want to talk. So
not a problem.
So escape upstairs if you need to.
Tony's really good at that. I not so much. With the engaging.
Only for so long though.
That's true.
Yeah, because when she's ready to turn people off, she's ready to turn people off.
That's
and
we've seen it in person.
Yes.
And it's just like,
so the great thing is you can escape and just go upstairs and just listen for her, and that's when you kind of. And then
because she can't come upstairs.
No, she can't go upstairs.
That's why my office is upstairs. That's why my sewing room and office is upstairs, because it's like, she ain't gonna come up here.
We are so rude. We'll be like,
that's called surviving.
I was gonna say we're protecting our mental health. Is what we're doing.
We get there, shit. We not. Oh, Lord, I better get it together and like build a better relationship with my son, so he'll take care of me.
I don't want my kids taking care of me. I want them to put me in a nice place.
You know what? Let's be real about that, because my son is having troubles taking care of himself. So I'm like, nigga, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay.
If we could all find a place for all of us to go and have our own little spaces.
That's what I was going to say.
So they can shut that shit down and be like, we got to separate.
Look, I'm going to go ahead on and buy this property, and we're all going to have our little tiny homes on the properties. Okay. And then we're going to have one nurse that takes care of all the three of us. Okay.
I was thinking of a facility.
Oh, you want to? Well, see, because if we do a facility, number one, them shits are expensive.
Yes.
Okay. It's
that ain't my problem. I'm old. Y'all got to deal with it.
It will be your problem, my dear, because if not, your ass will be on the streets, is all I'm saying. Somebody's got to pay for that shit.
But you know what? Almost would prefer that than to have my husband or kids take care of me. Because they're all boys. Come on. Boys don't do this shit well.
So, see, I hadn't thought about that. For the most part, in my head, I'm going to keep going until I can't keep going.
Oh, absolutely.
Anymore. You know
That's exactly right. But when I can't keep going, I don't want my children to have to take care of me. I don't want them to have to wipe my ass. I don't want them to have to give me a shower.
My parents have made it very clear. Ain't nobody taking care of us except you. And I said...
And I've made it very clear to my mom. I won't be around for that.
And I told my parents, I told my parents, please understand, I'm hiring somebody.
Exactly.
Like, be real. I'm like, because I don't want to wipe my mama ass.
Right.
And more so than that, I don't think she wants me to wipe her ass.
Right.
I wouldn't want that either. I'm like, if you don't get away from my ass, I would be cussing and throwing shit, and it'd be like, get the fuck away from me. I don't even know who you are.
Like, that bitch is feisty.
Because I'm sure I'll have dementia. I don't know who you are. Get away from my ass.
Exactly.
That is funny. So, okay, excellent. So I'm looking forward to that situation coming up pretty soon. Angela, what you got for us today?
Pretty soon, my God.
Well, I mean, no,
My situation.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, oh my God.
She's like, this
really escalated.
Like, you are just a naysayer, doom and gloom, but you get one or two hot flashes and
Wait a minute, because you're talking about, okay, at 50, just call it off. Just be done with it.
This is seriously, because this is the beginning of the fucking end, and it's the pain in the ass.
It's not.
It is. Yes, what's...
Okay, physically, Maybelline.
I'm turning this fan back on right
physically, Maybelline. Maybe I'll keep that. Okay, physically, maybe, but mentally, we know some shit.
I'm saying I just turned this fan back on because I was hot. The beginning of the end. That's all there is to it.
She could be the next vessel that implodes.
I am.
And hopefully she won't feel it. It'll be quick.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll all have chunks of Toni all over us to remember her by.
It'll be mid-sentence.
And you know what? That will be your memorial. It'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to wipe these off, put them in a wine glass.
No, for real though, what I want
Toni.
is I want terra firma. Like I want it's on TikTok. I want to be made into compost.
No, that's what I want too. That right now, California and Washington State are the only ones that can legally do that.
Send me
so
send me to Washington State, and I want to be either terraformed or I want to be turned into a diamond. One of the two.
Okay, tell your family because when I roll up in there telling them that,
They're
I don't want them all saying, no, we're going to bury her. And I'm like,
no. They 100% already know not to bury me. They know that. Actually, what the intention had originally been was to cremate me. So that each of them get so
I don't want to have to fight your 6'4" brother.
What was it say? Against my 5. Oh, what? I'm sorry, I messed your shit up.
No, that's okay.
So the intention had been, and I know I already threw you over to your segment. I'll just cut it. But
no, it's fine.
I mean, I'll cut what I'm saying or whatever the fuck.
Y'all know us. Y'all fine.
the intention was that I was going to be cremated. Each of them would take a section of me, divide up my life insurance because I have.
I want this section right here. these two knuckles.
We'll find out. I guess we'll see if that's what you'll get, and then take a portion of the money. The money would be divided amongst who's left in the family, and they go somewhere, go anywhere. They go to places that they've ever wanted to go, and like Niagara Falls or whatever, and just throw.
Not Niagara Falls.
Maybe I don't know.
I actually kind of want to go.
I've heard
it's really quite amazing.
I've traveled all over this planet, and I have not been to Niagara Falls. I would love to go.
I don't want to see it enough to actually plan a trip there. But if I happen to go, I would love it.
You know what? I'm about to look, and let me change this reservation.
Look at her.
Because I'm serious. I'm thinking, my bitch, you have not been to Niagara Falls, and you've been all over. Go to Niagara Falls. It's one of the few places I haven't been to. I've been to Mount Rushmore. I've been to World Trade
Grand Canyon.
Yes. Oh, it was gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, let me write that shit down. Niagara.
No, she really is writing it down.
Okay, but so Angie, what you got?
Okay.
Yeah, throw my ashes. Go ahead.
Last week we kind of talked about black horror movies. I started reading from a list of the best, well, not the best, but the types of black horror movie deaths. And I got to the third one. And so I just wanted to finish that. And then I also wanted to give you guys tips that if you just happen to be in a black horror movie, or not even a black horror movie, if you're in a horror movie, as the black person, I just want to give you tips on how to survive that shit.
I think that's valuable information.
But anyway, to finish the list, I ended on cinematic death. So the next one is creative body count death. And what it says is, sure, in the big scheme of things, your death amounted to little more than padding in the movie's body count. But at least the way the killer turned your intestines into balloons.
Not your intentions.
I need more glasses. You know what? Let me put these glasses on the end of my nose so that I can.
She legit has them on the end of her nose.
Shit, I can actually see now. Okay, sure. Okay, but at least the way the killer turned your intestines into balloon animals looked cool. And it says the funeral will be held during Sunday brunch at Red Lobster. Tyler Perry is booked for a 5-minute appearance as Medea.
Oh God,
that's your yeah. So the next one is pedestrian body count, a regular old knife to the gut. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Really, doesn't anyone take pride in homicide anymore? Your funeral will be. I know you do. I want to. Okay, let me stop.
No, don't. Because people will be listening to this shit.
I don't want to. That's not what I meant. So anyway, your funeral is held during Thursday early bird dinner at Hooters.
Oh no.
Lance Crowther booked for a 5 minutes appearance as Pootie Tang.
Oh yes.
That would be a great funeral.
You know what? I want that for my funeral.
Okay, I got you.
Pootie Tang at
I
your
do.
funeral?
Yes. Okay. I would love for him to give the eulogy.
Ooh, embarrassed.
Ooh,
embarrassed.
But see, I'm on board with all of that. Oh my God, because that is just how chaotic my brain is.
Yeah,
and people will be like, you know what? That makes sense. Really, that's the only thing that makes sense for her.
I can see myself right now. I couldn't actually get the Pootie Tang guy, but I'm gonna try to read this eulogy. And I couldn't even imitate it right now if I wanted to be honest with you.
No, it's been a while, but please understand, I'll be watching that when I get home.
I love that
and
movie.
I will be dumber for it, but I'm going to watch it.
I'll be sorry I did it, but nonetheless.
The next one is opening death scene. The black guy dies first. We all know
right.
That. Way to beat a dead horse. Right,
guy. Exactly.
So the pallbearers are 1/2 of Milli Vanilli, 2/3 of Belle Biv DeVoe, and all of the Baja Men.
Oh my!
Wait, Baja.
Who let the dog out?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Off-screen death. If a horror movie character dies in a forest, but there's no cameras around, does it even matter? Your funeral, your body's orifices may or may not be used to smuggle cocaine through customs.
Oh,
Life
Jesus.
insurance paid out in Spam sandwiches.
No,
Not
thank you.
Spam sandwiches.
Although I do like a good
I love me
Spam
some
sandwich.
Spam.
I do.
With some
It's
eggs.
so salty. Thank you. Yes, with eggs. That's how you have to have it.
Because that way that
Salt,
yolk
though.
is all...
Yes, that's the way that it, and then, or as a mushubi.
But your pressure.
It don't
yeah,
matter.
you don't give a fuck about that.
You know what? I say that, but I salt the fuck out of everything I cook.
Them shits is delicious,
You don't have
though.
to salt Spam. That's why I like it. And then if you top it up and add it with eggs, you don't have to add salt to the eggs.
It's perfect.
Okay, and the last and worst death, black death in horror movies is anonymous death. You're so inconsequential. God damn, I want teeth. You're so inconsequential. You don't even get a name. Just one of dozens of people who get stepped on by Godzilla or gnawed on by zombies.
Godzilla! Godzilla!
Is that racist?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say it the way they.
Me too.
Yeah,
Sorry.
On behalf
still
of my...
comes out racist.
In
though.
behalf of some of my people, that's all right.
Thank you. I appreciate. We've been absolved by Annie.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And your funeral is on involuntary cremation via Sally string and a big lighter. Silly string.
Oh,
See,
I was like, who's Sally String? Sally
I was
Struthers?
thinking the same thing. I was like, who the fuck is Sally string? I read this before and it ain't said nothing about no Sally string.
Who that bitch is?
I was like, maybe I didn't read this well enough. Okay. Involuntary cremation via silly string and a big lighter. Ashes snorted by Jeff Bezos in order to attain mortality.
Wow.
seriously though,
He
have
can't
you-
have shit.
No, fuck him.
Listen.
Hey, have you ever lit silly string on fire?
I haven't. See, until I read this a couple of days ago, I didn't even know that was a thing that people did.
Highly fucking flammable and hilarious. You basically, it's not hilarious at all. Basically, what you do is you put the shit on your brother.
That is oddly
You
specific.
put the shit on your brother, and then you light that shit on fire, and it before it gets a chance to burn him, it just inflames. and
So
then
glad
goes
this
away.
was marketed to children. I think that was an excellent
Yeah,
idea.
you didn't want to
on
fuck around with silly string
someone's
in
part.
at a birthday party around candles and shit. You really don't.
Ooh.
Have you never seen those videos?
No,
of the
but
whole party going up in flames because there's too much silly string all over the place, and somebody brings in a fucking lit ass cake.
I have not, but I think that I am going to do a dive on that, and I'm going to bring you a story of a silly string fire incident.
Involuntary
Yes.
incineration.
Because I know it's out there, and I need to know about it. And if I need to know about it, you guys need to know about
That's
it.
exactly
So,
right.
There you go. So, okay, so my next list quickly here is the Black Character Horror Movie Survival Guide. So if you find yourself in a horror movie, which is the United States right now, so if you find yourself in that,
Yes.
here are tips
So how to survive
how
that
to
shit?
survive it. So I'm starting at number 8, and then I'll take it to number 1. Number 8, it says make your own movie. But if you're going to be, if you decide I'm black, I want to be in a horror movie, make your own movie.
Yeah.
You know, that
Hello,
way you can
Jordan
do
Peele.
That's right.
exactly, and that way you fix everything the way you need it. Number 7, if you're going to be in a horror movie, be famous, preferably a rapper of some sort.
You won't die quickly. You will. Oh well, no.
No,
LL didn't
Busta
die.
Exactly. And that's-
LL.
Yeah, he didn't.
So-
And Samuel's not a rapper,
Right.
so that's why he died halfway through.
But if
Brandy
you put-
didn't die.
But if you put Coolio in there, he gonna die.
Because he's.
I'm sorry that he's dead already. It was a blow to us.
It
I'm
was.
just
It
saying.
was. I was sad about that.
Yes, I actually did agree that.
But Coolio, he was there more for comic effect than
That's true.
anything. So he was gonna die.
Right. Yeah. Master P gonna die. You know, all of those. Tip number 6, call in sick. So if you one of those people that you're in a horror movie and you're a security guard, or you work the midnight shift at a mortuary or some shit like that,
Fuck, hotel clerk.
exactly.
Thank
Just
you.
Go on and call in sick.
Let's
It's
not do
fine. It's fine. Tip number 5, if you're black and you're in a horror movie, don't be a hero. Because you end up being that trope of the sacrificial Negro.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Exactly. Where you the hero, you done sacrifice your whole everything to save these white folks. And they'll adopt your kids afterwards, but you still dead. So don't do that. Don't be the hero. Number 4, don't be annoying, because just horror movies in general, they love to kill off the annoying character. If you're annoying and
we
black,
love for them to kill off the annoying character.
If you're annoying and black, your ass got to go.
I was just watching Transformers the other day, and the annoying friend with the stupid little quips and all of that other stuff. That nigga was turned to steel. I said, thank God, because he was getting on my fucking nerves.
Tip number 3: if you're black and in a horror movie, be funny. White folks love the funny black guy, the funny black girl.
Funny.
Yes.
Not quippy and all smart in the mouth and no, not that.
I mean, you're still going to die.
Be dry funny. Be constantly eating chips or something, like constantly snacking on something.
Something
like
that the audience will look at you as like, oh, I like seeing that guy.
Right,
He's always doing something funny.
And be fine. That don't hurt.
That does not hurt at all. I'm just saying.
Be cured. Be cured.
Tip number 2, learn voodoo. Because if you know voodoo, they're going to keep you around, because when the supernatural shit start happening, they'll be like, oh, you got some of that Africa knowledge.
Grab hands. Grab hands.
Here, hand her this chicken and this knife. She knows what to do with it. She's going to save everybody.
Mama say, Mama Sabu Makusa. Grab hands. Put this holy water on them.
She's the only one can save.
Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam. Throw the water. I don't know.
Chickens and candles. That's all she needs, and they'll get us out of this.
Chickens and candles.
Because then after you save the world, then you can eat.
That's true. That's true.
Because usually you just use the chicken feet, right?
You cut that whole
you have
thing.
to
chop the head off and drench yourself in the blood.
Oh, that's right.
According to Hollywood. That's what
according to Hollywood.
Yeah. And the number 1 tip for surviving a horror movie, if you're black, stay away from white people.
Well, and really, you know what? That's the end of our show.
Pretty much.
And drop the mic.
Don't go skiing.
White folks love to
go
get you trapped in they shit, and then go exploring and spelunking and
that's the other thing. Yeah,
what was that noise? Let's go check it out.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Let's go into this cave no one's been in 50 years.
Why is this door locked in this haunted house? Let me see if I can kick it down. Fuck these, man.
I like to go climbing through really small crevices out in the middle of nowhere. I won't get stuck.
Let's go salvage this ship that's been brought up from,
or better still,
let's go see the Titanic.
Yeah.
That is evil.
I didn't mean it, but I said what I said. It's not how I meant to say it, but whatever.
That was rude. Okay. I'm not sorry, though. Sorry. But sorry, I'm not sorry. That's what I'm sorry for.
So if you find yourself in a horror movie, those are your tips to survive that shit.
Yeah, the best one right there is stay your ass away from white folks, because y'all out here be.
But
playing.
listen, we're saying that, but Andy and I want to go to a haunted hotel and do haunted hotel stuff.
You're not the only one.
I'm going through. You know what? I am so sorry and embarrassed.
I saw it coming. That's why I was like, "Get that shit."
I did just not. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. But I think I'm looking at it from a skeptic's point of view, and I just. It's not that I don't want to see something. It's just like I want to see something that's undeniable. That you can't
something that you can't just readily explain away,
right? Because I feel like there's an explanation for everything. So.
Because and at our age, we've seen a lot, been through a lot, and so and
we learn how garbage people are.
Yes, so it's just like, what's the worst that could happen if we saw something? We find out. Oh, okay,
because it's not like it's gonna do something to you,
right?
You can't pick up nothing. I mean.
That's what we know. That's what we know.
See, even with me, that's not. I don't believe my eyes. because I know that the human brain is amazing,
Oh.
and that you can see things that, if it's in your brain can hallucinations are a thing,
That is true. You have to be something to hallucinate on. Or I'm saying be something. You have to have something or take something to hallucinate on. Well, we could absolutely do shrooms.
I'm just nodding, like looking at her wide-eyed. Yes.
We could do shrooms.
Fucking finally.
Andy, you want to do shrooms?
I'm gonna be the one that's on nothing. Y'all know that, and I'm just gonna sit there and laugh at y'all, and then I'm gonna get spooked.
Let me tell you something about
And then I'm gonna be like, and I don't want to get in trouble for leaving y'all behind when something actually happens.
See, but shrooms,
It depends on who you do them with. I would do them with her because it's very positive.
because you don't.
You can't do it with someone who's stressed out.
Let
all
me
the
have
time.
Let me give you a shroom story next. I'm gonna give you several shroom stories next show because let me tell you something. You don't want to be doing shrooms with just anybody. I promise you. You need to do it with somebody who is balanced, warm, loving. You'd be a perfect person to do shrooms with.
I just remember your story about the other person that had the negative energy.
Yes, and it was not cute at all. I was like, get the fuck out of here. You are, oh my God, you're about to send me into oblivion. Get out.
More than harsh in my mellow. You were.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad to see the okay, that's not, I'm not doing that. Andy, you ready to pop it. Pop it.
I'm gonna pop that thing. Today, I want to talk to you about someone we canceled, but I think it's interesting anyway.
Okay.
Did we really truly cancel this person?
Yes.
Because we be saying we be canceling folks, but then their record sales.
I know
still
the
go
three
up.
of us have canceled them.
I was going to say, when I cancel somebody, they
Yeah,
cancel.
well, I can't. I would usually people who have been canceled with me stay canceled. Chris Brown,
here.
as much as I love his music, that nigga has been
Likewise.
canceled.
Well, that's
since
where we are
Rihanna.
right now. So this is, I call this remixed to imprisoned, or I believe I can die. And
Yeah, see, I was gonna say that nigga, but I'm glad that this is what we talking about because I canceled that nigga with Aaliyah
That
way
is
back.
the most clever. That is such a clever
I
headline.
believe I could die.
Remixed to
Remix.
It's remixed to Imprison. Okay, sorry.
so and we're talking about R. Kelly for those that uninitiated.
Yeah,
No.
for those who don't know who he is.
So he said this week, the actual information was revealed this week that he's scared for his life. Back a few months ago, he underwent surgery for blood clots in his leg. So he's 56 and he's serving a 30-year prison sentence in Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center. And he was convicted, if in case no one knows, on 6 charges of child pornography and the enticement of a minor in Chicago in September of 2022. In February of this year, he was sentenced to the 20 years in prison. So
I had no idea, but I'm glad to
Oh
hear
no,
it.
yeah, no, and that what was Surviving R. Kelly? Is that
yes,
what that was?
yes.
Oh yeah, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
I had so
and
many
some of the
opinions.
people that sat there and backed his ass talking about, well, it's a preference. No, honey, you don't have preferences for children.
No, I wish
You just
death on those
don't
people.
do
Yep.
that. Well, that shit was wild to me.
Yeah.
But then to also learn of his own shit, I said, okay, that
explains it, but that doesn't
makes
excuse
sense.
it.
No,
Exactly.
absolutely.
As an adult, it is up to you to
and to know that,
To heal
yeah,
from
I can't even with the hurt people because I'm like, no, but you shouldn't. You know better though.
Right.
It's different.
If you're doing something that has to be hidden, then you probably shouldn't be doing
know
it.
full and well that you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
If
go
everybody
to
can't know about it.
therapy, people.
Absolutely.
I know.
So he is saying that the medical staff, he's accusing them of negligence. And he says they botched his clot surgery and that he does not deserve to die and that somebody miscommunicated or somebody took a guess at what's going on with my leg. And then he says, I'm not supposed to die this way. You're not even supposed to take a chance on that.
Well,
And then he says, they didn't even x-ray. And that's why I'm speaking out on this because I'm scared for my life in that area.
You can't X-ray blood clots.
You can x-ray the body and see the clot, but I mean, and he says, and who wouldn't be? They treat animals better than that. And if it was your child, if it was your father, if it was your mother, somebody you loved, you would have said, go to the doctor. We need to get that checked out. We need to look at that. We need to x-ray that.
But he didn't think about if that was your daughter or your sister
Exactly.
or your mother, that they probably wouldn't want to be, sexually abused and
fucking
assaulted.
a grown ass man.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But to a degree, though, and I'm not devil's advocating because devils don't need no advocates, but he's right. He's right.
I agree that, especially in the prison system,
Yeah, it's stuff.
it's fucked up, and I think there is negligence.
Oh yeah.
And I believe,
And I think that we generally don't, the general public don't give a fuck about it because the people are criminals that are in there. Usually people are criminals. And I say usually because 8 times out of 10, well, I'm saying 8 times out of 10, maybe 2 times out of 10, they're not.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's why I'm always like, I hate to put past that judgment.
Exactly.
Because I know that our prison system is fucked and that there are a
The
lot of
legal
innocent
system is
people.
fucked,
Yes.
yeah.
And there are a lot of innocent people. But we know emphatically that this nigga was out here fucking kids. There's evidence of it.
Right.
It is what it is. And there's dozens of women that can come up and say something to it about it. But nonetheless, we still say, well, fuck it. You're in prison. So what do we care? You know?
Right.
And in actuality, I'm like, no, because that's not necessarily fair.
No.
It's not
because
fair,
prison
but
is
it's
not
where I'm at because
yeah,
all I can picture are the faces
I get
of
it.
the
I get
girls
it.
and-
But I don't think that's part of his punishment. You
You're
understand what I'm
correct.
saying?
You're-
And he's right. I don't think he should have to die for something like that. I don't think that he should have botched medical
well,
attention.
not like that. He shouldn't have to die like
My
that.
thought is live so that you can live a long time in prison and
Think about the shit you
and think
did.
about the shit you did and not be around people. No, I want you healthy, nigga, so that you can live a long life behind fucking
So
bars.
you can ruminate on every bit of,
Yeah.
of
and
what
it's
you've
supposed
done.
it's supposed to be a correctional facility, not
Oh,
and they're not, but they're not correcting anything,
no.
are they? So
Never.
That's our
Never.
prison system is
it's messed
totally
up.
fucked, yeah.
Our whole
And-
justice system is fucked.
Oh,
Absolutely.
girl.
That's like 3 other podcasts.
Yes, it
that
is.
we have to do.
But so it makes me, I don't want to say smirk. I'm not laughing at his pain and discomfort and distress, but it also makes you wonder, okay, so we already know that the prison system is messed up, and there probably are, it's alleged negligence, but most of us are going to think, yeah, of course.
Right.
But then it makes me wonder, is it extra, are they going an extra mile to be just turning a blind eye because of who he is and what he's been accused of?
That's fair.
So, you think about the people that don't have the kind of news coverage.
Yeah.
And then you think about him and what's going on. So, I mean, he believes he can die.
and he probably can.
I mean, it's just, God, that's a hard one because you're torn between what is quote unquote right, and then how you feel about, especially being people that have survived.
Yeah,
So-
and to a degree, I get it because it is a moral dilemma, basically, right? And,
Yep.
But mind you, I don't want to judge. It's not that I don't want to judge. We judge all the time. We just do it without even really realizing that we're doing it
Right.
9 times out of 10. However, we wanted justice for this situation, and he's in the process of the justice, right? And again, I want him to live. I want you to experience all of what it is that you need to experience for these things. But what I desire more for everyone in the prison system is actual rehabilitation.
Yes.
Actual correction, actual restorative justice. I want that because again, we can sit there and be big mad at R. Kelly and don't get it twisted. I'm not in any way, shape, or form forgiving. It's not for me to forgive it, but
Exactly.
it didn't happen to me.
Right.
But
But-
I'm not condoning any of what happened.
Right.
And again, I canceled that nigga at Aaliyah back in the 90s.
Yep.
And I was done. And he can't sing any fucking way, so fuck that shit. Point being is that we are sending him for punishment. Okay.
Exactly.
But
And that
how does
shouldn't
that
be-
correct the behavior? How does
Right.
that make him a different person?
Right.
How does that make him not want to fuck little girls?
Exactly.
Because I'm sure that in prison I'm sure that fans are sending him things. I'm sure that
putting stuff on his commissary or
Man,
whatever.
putting stuff on his because the people have said that they're doing it.
Yep.
So sitting up there and being sick and then not getting the medical attention that you need, the medical community has an oath that they're supposed to take.
Yes.
And
That's
they
what I
are
was gonna
supposed
say,
to make
that's
sure.
not up to that guy to make that decision.
Exactly.
He's already been tried and sentenced. His sentence was 30 years. His sentence was not for you to decide that you're not going to take care of.
And I think
of
that the
him.
medical situation when in prisons is probably shoddy at best.
Oh God, ugh.
You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like maybe you're not going to get the best doctors. You're not going to get the best specialists. You're not going to get concierge doctors up in this motherfucker taking care of these prisoners. You're going to get somebody who couldn't get a job anywhere else, and they're like, well, fuck it, let me go work for the prison system.
You shouldn't get someone though that's actively trying to end
But
your
not
life.
trying to fucking kill you.
Right.
Or maybe they don't have the wherewithal to take
Or maybe
X-rays.
they just don't fucking care.
I mean, there's that. If you were to die in prison, that costs them money because
True.
they actually want more live bodies in prison because you get more money for each live body that you have in prison. So I don't know what
this
to tell
country
you.
is fucked.
Yep, it is. So again, also they may not have the facilities. They may not have the facilities to be able to get him the medical attention that he needs to have. He doesn't have the money to pay for it. He doesn't have the money to send to his lawyer to say, hey, get me a doctor in here.
Right.
Who has that privilege of being able to get a concierge doctor in prison?
I was actually wondering that if he had the money or the means to.
I don't think they're going to let anybody come in there and just be surging and cutting up on
Actually,
them.
and that's the other thing I was wondering. I was like, will they let you do that? Will they, no matter how much money you have, can you just be like, no, I want my doctor so-and-so to come in? And
Right.
I don't think you get, that's
No,
not
that's
a
a
privilege.
privilege, yeah.
Yes. And
You're in jail. You don't get those privileges.
And I hate that. I do truly I think that is the most disgusting. So yeah, folks, in as much as you want to, sit up here and pass judgment on this man, the man is in prison. We want to keep him alive in order for him to think about what he did. But what I desire more for everyone is actual rehabilitation and actual correction.
Absolutely.
My understanding, though, with people who are child molesters, pedophiles, and such and so forth, that there usually is not cure, so to speak,
It's not.
for that.
It really
which
isn't.
I think is
Kind of
that's
like
wild.
being sociopathy. You can't cure a sociopath.
Which
Yeah.
I just thought it's so
which is-
interesting because how can you let people like that into society with our
Right.
children?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't get me started on those little lists that they have with the pedophiles and stuff on them. But that's interesting. Any more on that story?
No, that's all I've got. My sources were from Vibe and Radar Online, and then the interview with him was with Rap House TV. They acquired the video. It just really brings another light to the prison system. I just thought that was something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care about him per se, but I do want him to pay for what he did. So
Yeah, I'm definitely here for prison reform and abolition and all of that other stuff. There are definitely better ways that we can do this, and it doesn't require somebody not receiving the medical. There have been plenty of people who have died in prison from not having the medical attention that they needed, and people not believing them and all of that other shit, which I think is just absolute and utter bullshit. Angela, tell them where to find us, please. Look, it's sorry to end on a shitty note, people. We'll make it better.
Or will we?
Kiss it
I don't know. Who the fuck knows? No, we will. You know us. You can find us at multiplegabwounds.com. There's a link on the page that says check us out on social media. Click it and check us out on social media. Also, you should email us at mgwlistener@gmail.com. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to get show ideas. Really, I really want to hear your stories. I want to hear what's going on with you guys. And it could be a topic on the show. It could be read on this show. So just a disclaimer,
Right.
And we are working on Patreon, and we are an independent podcast. So we do everything ourselves. We do all the editing, all the sound, everything ourselves. So
And therein lay the reason our social media is so poor, because we barely post on our personals, let alone.
exactly. So, you know, if you don't mind,
We're trying to get better, people. I
We
guarantee
really
you, we are trying to get better. I got a whole green screen up.
Yeah, you do. I noticed that
Did
today.
you? Okay,
I
right
was
on.
like, "Aw."
That was me practicing some things.
Okay.
I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning.
So I promised to work on Patreon this week, and if you guys feel like joining, it would be great because, you know, it'll go toward us maybe hiring someone
Right,
to help us do
shit,
social
right?
media and do this shit. But yes, we appreciate you guys listening. So email us. Let us know your thoughts.
All right, and with that, we are the fuck out. I've been Toni.
I have been Angie.
I'm Andy.
And we out.
We are.
Deuces.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna get the last word.
No,
Keep it.
I'm getting it.
I'm getting it.
Pretty brown.
All about me. ADHD.
Sushi.
Sushi.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay. And cut.